Hello everybody, and welcome back to Basics with me, Peagrim. As you probably saw in my little intro cinematic, I've done my first little batch of falling in holes. No, my first proper little batch of actual off-screen work, and I've done a little bit of farming before, but that's about it really. However, I've added a little pumpkin patch with some seeds we found earlier to the back of the farm, and I've also been working on this little bit of structure to the stairs. Now, I did it off camera because it required a lot of resources. I had to sort of harvest up the cherry blossom trees 2 or 3 times, like the entire forest. Obviously, didn't use all of it. I've still got a bit of stockpile and quite a bit left in my chests. We went through quite a bit of tools, mainly axes, obviously. Um, but I'm quite liking it. I didn't think I would because it's quite garish, if I'm honest. But it it does the job. It makes it sort of feel like it's got some structure to it, like it's not just a floating platform, which I'm not a big fan of in Minecraft. Also, there's some pillagers over there, it seems, so we may have to deal with those when we go back up. Um, but yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. So I think the plan here will be to sort of wrap it round, go in through there, leave this as dirt, wrap it around here and there, and then follow it down. I'll probably stick to doing some of it off camera because it's a big task. Like I'm scaffolding up on dirt. Like there was a massive cleanup job after this. You can still see some left over, to be fair, from originally. And I think where is it? I think I noticed some earlier. This bit isn't supposed to be there, but yeah, I don't I don't hate it. And what my plan eventually, because obviously you can see I've scattered torches on it, is long term. I want to put shroom lights behind those fences. Um, get rid of some of this. Just so we can see it a little bit better at night, and it also lights up this side of the hill from mobs. But yeah, let me know what you think. I've done a cull. Oh, I didn't bring it with me of the sheeps because I had way too many. We've now got quite a lot of wool, which I have plans for, and I've been making some progress on, um, which I'll show you in a second. But yeah, it was just it was lagging because of how many entities there were, and I also could have done with the food. So if I'm honest, that's the main reason I did it. But another little thing I've done is I've added a couple more mods to my client. Um, Large majority of them are sort of performance mods because obviously I do play with shaders, so it is quite graphically intense. It says I'm at 60, but I have got this limited to 60, so it's not rising and falling constantly. But I noticed when I was in my base the other day before a session, it was at like 27, and that's just not okay. Obviously, it probably went across on video as well and wasn't too pleasant. But I thought, there's stuff out there, there's tools, let's use them if we can. I've also added this little sort inventory. I'm not going to do it here because it's going to mess up my organization, but basically, you can press a hotkey or you can press this button and it'll arrange everything nicely for you. I needed it for my chests, if I'm honest. So I'll show you that when we go back up. What else did I add? I also added a search bar here, so it's a little bit nicer. And I think, did I add this? Yes, I did. Zoom. So that we can do. Let me search what's on C and get rid of it a little bit. Creative mode. No, I don't need that. Click keyframes. That's quite handy because I do use that for replay mode. So I'll move that. And then I think this should work now. Yep. So now we can do this. So that probably would have been nicer to know to start with to show you this, but we've got this. When we get to the point of having a spyglass, I'll probably remove it because I like the fact there's an item that does it. But for now, we've got this ability, so that I've noticed when I'm doing the playthrough, is quite often when I'm like, oh, this thing over here, and you can barely see it, especially if you someone who watches like on a TV. Whereas now I can just be like, oh, that house over there, wow. But yeah, so today's plan is I'm just going to show you over here. There's nothing in these chests currently, but future plans for the village, possibly in the next couple of sessions, is fill these up with beds, fill this up with some sort of block, probably cobblestone, and then my plan is to basically make a little compound out here, maybe level some of it out, maybe clear some of these houses. If I can be bothered, maybe make like a large like Viking hall almost, Is there a bed I can steal for the night? Yeah, like a large hall that I can place all the beds in. And then remove all the ones in the village. Sorry, sir. Remove all the ones in the village. Layer them all in there, and then use the bell, which I think should be up there somewhere, to basically get all the villagers to migrate to the new beds, block them in temporarily, and then surround it with fences just to safeguard this village so we've actually got stuff to work with in the future. Now at the minute it should be fairly safe because I'm never over here, so mobs shouldn't be spawning anywhere near, sort of thing. But that is the new plan. But for today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a nice little spot. I'm thinking maybe over here, so it's in our mountain, and build a little mine shack sort of situation. Actually, maybe we'll do it down here at the bottom, so that we can begin our tunnel downwards, which I've got some resource for. Nowhere near enough, so this will probably be another one that I do a little bit of grinding off camera for. Let's do it in here. And we're basically just going to have a staircase that goes down to -58, because that's the best level for diamonds, and also while you're down there you can find other resources, so it's not like we're just limiting ourselves to diamonds. I believe gold, redstone, iron, lapis, everything should spawn down there as well. So hopefully that'll get us some goodies on the way, but I'm going to clear this up a little bit. Now, I haven't looked at designs for this, I probably should have. My plan, although it's not my favourite palette of blocks, not that you would have thought that, is to use these, just so it blends in and it's obvious it's part of the same build. It's not going to be massive, it's going to be like a little entranceway, maybe a little words, a little above ground area that we store chests, furnaces, crafting benches, things like that, so that we've got some way of creating new tools and sort of stockpiling stuff without having to run up and down every time. Obviously, considerably easier now with the stairs, but still takes a little bit of time. So I think first bet is we're gonna dig a little hole, and make a start on the above ground bit, and then we'll sort of add to the outside as and when we go. Let me place these down, just so if it does get to nighttime, nothing spawns in there. But yeah, let me know down below if you mind me doing off-screen bits. Like, I know that was quite a large chunk, but obviously we recorded the actual building of the stairs, the main thing, and then this is just sort of decoration more than anything. So I thought we'd probably be all right with it. I don't want to do too much off-screen because obviously the entire point of this series is not achieving too much in one bash sort of thing. But I do want to. One big concern for me, sort of the pace of the series. Like, I think we're on episode 12 now, 11 or 12, and I've not done as much as I'd have liked to, and I've sort of not got as far as I'd have liked to. So I would quite like to sort of speed things up a little bit, and if that means doing a little bit off camera, that's fine by me. I don't mind sinking some hours into it. It's just not always the most enthralling thing to watch. And obviously there is also the whole physically having time to sit with the microphone on, commentate and stuff like that I can do while sort of watching TV with my partner, having tea, tea being an evening meal up in Yorkshire, and stuff like that. Is this even? Yeah, this is even. Maybe we make this like a little matchy match. I have also, for the very first time, got music playing for myself in the background, so I'm really hoping that doesn't get picked up at any point, otherwise that'll sort of write off these episodes. It shouldn't, because I haven't got an audio source for it, but if there's any weirdness, you know why. Right, that's that. Yeah, because then what we could do is we could have this as another... Actually, yeah, let's do that now. I'm going to have this as another little nugget, almost. where we build another room and then sort of structure, a bit like we've done with the farms, I guess. How many is this? 3. It's only 2, so this now needs to come in 1. Because I don't want the mine being sort of as soon as you walk in. I do want a little bit of free footing almost, if that makes any sense. I think I'm just rambling at this point, but hopefully you get me. Oh, sorry about that. That was my phone. Let me pop it on silent real quick. There's a friend going live on Twitch. Don't think he watches these, otherwise I'd give him a little shout and say hi. So it goes in 2. And then again, and this one's free. If you didn't know, by the way, if you've got a big thing of gravel, rather than digging all of it, what you can do is do that, and then as soon as it touches the block, same with sand, anything that's a gravity-affected block, it'll automatically break itself. You can also, if you're fast enough, do it like that. Don't really need to get rid of that, but messed that up. I'm gonna, and again, I was gonna do that, just clear that up a little bit, and I'll put a torch just in case anything spawns. That's just in case there was another landfall. This feels like I'm digging out a lot more than I did before. Hang on, am I doing this right? 1, 2, 1. No, I'm not. That would be why. I think that also isn't right. I'm going to clear this out just so I can actually see. And worst comes worst, we'll head back up and get some smooth stone, but I think we smelted some last time for patching up the stairs a little bit. So that needs to go in 1 more. So 1, 1, 1, and then wall. So wall. So there should be 1 here, 1 here. Get this out. This cobblestone will come in handy for my villager project, because initial plans is just to use literally like cobblestone walls, and then upgrade them and have like little forts and stuff where I can. Yeah, I think I've gone 1 too far back though. Let me, for now, do this. This just doesn't feel right at all. Hang on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, so that's right. That should be 7 on the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right there. So I've actually gone too far back over here. Hang on. That doesn't match up now. Oh, I've done one too many here, that's why. Or not, like, one too many steps, not gone back enough. So then... There we go. I think. There's 2 there. Oh, no, it's meant to be 4 wide. Which is here. And it is here, okay. So that would actually be like that. Yeah, right. I've got it, don't worry, guys. So there's a bit of realness for you in Minecraft there, like legitimately not being able to work something out. Right, that's all fine. Let's head back up and hopefully not get attacked by those pillagers or anything along the way. And dump some of this junk in my inventory and we'll grab some stone. So I'm going to do the dumping first. Let me also... Oh, didn't mean to do that. No, why is that doing that? Hello? I'm also going to cook some of that. Oh, I've also moved these around, so put normal furnace there, these 2 here, and then a barrel for sort of matching items. And to show you what this does, there you go. Also, before anyone calls me cheaty, because I've got a grass block and I don't have silk touch yet, I found an enderman just out there and killed it and it dropped for grass block, so that's how I've got that. Let me dump that quickly in here, just so I can keep a track of where it is. Right, we've got food, torches, But yeah, let me show you what I've done up here. So, first things first, I've gone round and circled everything, just so it looks really cool up above. Can't show you just yet. I was potentially going to add like a free cam mod, just so I can show you things that I've built, but that felt a bit too on the cheaty side. So I've opted against it for now, but do let me know, because if you're open to it, we can always add it. But, oh, I've also raised this up so I can put a pressure plate. So we've got this and this, which obviously you guys know about. Actually need harvesting very soon. Might do it now. And then I've added this. Obviously pumpkins grow differently to other stuff. They have to have your stems and then have a block next to it that they can grow on. I don't think they should grow here. And these are actually our water sources for this farm. You can waterlog leaves. So, like how I've mentioned waterlogging the slabs before underneath the barrel, so place it down and then right click at the water bucket, you can do the same with leaves. So I thought that's a nice little touch. And then just barrel in the floor. Let me just harvest quickly. So I think we had 5 seeds originally. So what I did was I planted them, bone mealed a couple of them, and then worked on the stairs. And while that was going, the rest grew. So then I just, because you can turn pumpkins into seeds. It's quite a good return as well, actually. Right, let me harvest quickly. And then we'll get back to it. Also going to take this out my answer dark same place anyway. I did also see something the other day that's basically, for some reason in Minecraft's code, crops are actually coded to grow faster if they're in rows, rather than like this where it's a full patch. So like if we had a row of wheat, row of potatoes, row of wheat, like that, That's weirdly how it's actually coded to grow the fastest. Might move it over to that sort of design eventually, but at the minute I quite like the aesthetic of having sort of a different patch for each one, and it's not got bad yields on it. I think because they're a decent sized little patch, and obviously it's only to feed me, it ain't too shabby. That's a poison potato that I was trying to plant. Don't want to do that, Pooge. There we go. Actually, I should probably bring one of those back and actually cook it while I can. But yeah, so chopped all these down. I also chopped down the oak and the spruces and birch and stuff, but I've replanted everything as I've gone along. We've also had a couple of beehives pop up, which is quite cool. I need to actually get away with harvesting the honey from that. And it doesn't look like it, but I did cull the sheep. So you'll see in our little food chest in a second that we've got quite a bit of mutton here. And then I think the only last thing that I did that I actually forgot to mention is this. I've tweaked it, fixed it up. I think I actually quite like how it looks now. We extended this a little bit more. Obviously completely changed the top, added an extra pillar just to add a bit of sturdiness, and we've done the same on the other side, and then just filled it in with these beautiful cherry blossom leaves in between and decorated the path a little bit. Oh, and added a path, because I don't think that was in last time. But I'm actually quite proud of this, not gonna lie.